We stayed in Dosinia luxury resort near Kemer from the 20th of April to the 27th of April 2025. We were a group of 4 adults and we booked 2 garden view rooms. We travelled with Sun Express from Liverpool. And all in all, we had a really lovely stay. Now, those first few photos are just some aerial shots and a shot of the front of Dosinia, just to give you a bit of an overview. And then, as you can see, the lovely mountains behind it's in a really beautiful setting. So this is the walk. This is the main pool. Round the back of the hotel, there's just a very busy road out the front. And this is actually the path that takes you down to the beach. So there are lots of these boards dotted around, showing you lots of videos of the hotel and different drinks on offer and things like that. They're really useful. This security lodge is manned all of the time. The man was really friendly, always said good morning. This is a small road, but there is always a sort of steady flow of traffic. There's a zebra crossing, but obviously please make sure they stop, because there was a few near misses, I must admit. So you cross over the road. There is a few rooms here just on the left. I'm really not sure what rooms those are, but they are part of the hotel. The sea is obviously to the front, and just at the side here on the right, now this is the quiet pool. This is where we generally stayed, found it really nice. There is a little children's area, and then there's the main pool, which is lovely, and as I said, that's called the quiet pool. There is also 2 sunbeds there that are reserved for if you are disabled. Park there, toilets just behind, and that's where you'll also find the stand that does jacket potatoes and kebabs. And there's a lovely bar there as well. Now, there was some days that people came from the bar to see if you wanted a drink and brought them to you, and then other days those people weren't there. It is out of season, it is April, so I don't know if in high season that's more frequent or less frequent, but it did happen a few days. Now, these sunbeds to the right here, they were always gone quite early on. They were very popular, but there is plenty of sunbeds down on the beach. Again, there's ramp and steps, and there is a few sunbeds at the back, again reserved if you're disabled. And I think in height of season that is a jetty that you can sunbathe on. This jetty unfortunately wasn't open, again due to being out of season, but we have heard it is open in the season, and that's lovely. The sea was lovely. It does shelf when you go in, and it's more of a pebbly shingle than overall sand, but really nice. Again, this is the quiet pool. We really enjoyed it here. The view was lovely. There was a nice breeze. There was some shade from the trees, but there was always some sun around the pool, so we found that a really nice place to sit. There is some hammocks just to the right as well, and there is also some showers there that you can just see behind the sun lounges. There was always a lifeguard on duty as well, and he would put a flag up to say that he was there. Same for the beach. These are the cakes available in the patisserie, and that is open from 2 till 6. And these are just some of the drinks in the bar. There's quite an extensive menu, and they're always really good at making up whatever you ask for. This is the English pub. We didn't go in there, it was always quite busy, but it always looked a really nice atmosphere. Okay, so this is the walk in the outside area. Now, this is a splash zone there that shuts at 4. That's the kids club, and again, that's the English pub. Now, if you walk along just to in front, there you can see again, that's that little splash park that shuts around about 4 o'clock, and it's open for a couple of hours throughout the day. There's another pool just here to the right. That's got a jacuzzi area at the side, some beds all around, and it actually feeds in to the swim up rooms as well. Lots of sunbeds, lots of shaded area should you need it. So that there is the children's bar. That's where you can get the Haribo, the kids cocktails, ice cream, and that's actually open, I think, if I remember right, till 11 p.m. And that's open from 10 a.m. in the morning. That's another bar there just in front. So this is just a little bit of a close-up of the kids bar. So there is the menu there. You might want to pause it because I've tried to get as much as I can in on there. And this is the Haribo. You just go up, ask for a cup of Haribo. You can choose which sweets you want, or she'll do you a cup, children or adults. We did enjoy the Haribo bar. And as you can see, it's all there. And there's milkshakes and slushies and all things like that, so it's really good. Now this is a snack bar, which is brilliant. Lots of choice. You go up, the menus are behind, and they'll make you whatever you want there and then. There's a drink station, there's a fridge with water. It's just pop, you help yourself. But we found that food really nice. Now, while we were there, that all shut at 4 p.m. The only one that stayed open until 4 a.m. Was the burger and chip one. But we ate at most of those, and I must admit, found the food really tasty, really hot, really fresh. Okay, now this is the walk back from the security lodge. So this is the main pool here on the left. There's always music, aqua aerobics, volleyball, all sorts of things going on there, music, and that's, I'd say, the livelier of the pools. As you can see, lots of empty sunbeds. It is out of season, but it was school holidays. But we never had any trouble finding a sun lounger at all. And towels are provided. You get 2 towel cards, take them to the spa, and they'll give you 2 towels, and you can change them every day for fresh towels should you wish. On the right was an area they'd play darts some afternoons, they did other various games, and there's 2 volleyball pitches. These are the children's slides. We didn't use them, but they were open till 5 o'clock every day. And here you've got some toilets. You also had some toilets back by the security lodge, so there's plenty of toilets dotted around. Some little picnic benches and hammocks here. And then just in front of you there to the right, that was the children's pool with swings and a couple of slides in. And there's again lots of sunbeds around there that are also shaded. To the left is the bar again as well, and that's got drinks and things there. And everywhere's really clean, tidy, and it felt really spacious. This in front's the coffee bar. Just go up, the various coffees. That's open till 11 o'clock at night. And again, lots of places to sit. We never found that we were struggling for somewhere to sit or a sunbed. And in front of you, you've got the table tennis. Now, this is some of the food I had from the snack bar. That's the Caesar salad. And then I had a margherita pizza. And like I say, they were made up fresh, and it was lovely. We can't fault the food. Tea time, I did find it a little bit repetitive. So I never went into the main dinner hall during the day, just because we found either the snack bar or the one at the beach with the jacket potatoes a bit nicer. There is, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but we call them crepes, a stall just at the side, and you can go down there, and she's open till 4 p.m. as well. Now this is the walk from our garden room. We were in the first set of garden rooms into the main restaurant. Now as you can see, the main building, the corner balconies, their glass is shaded. Now that's because they're the love suites. Now just in front of us here, these are they're the garden rooms, and to the right on the main building, these are the quadruple rooms where you have a garden. So you can just see there, they're the quadruple rooms with a bit of a garden. And there you go, you can see the rooms, if you've got a shaded balcony in the corner, they are the love suites. Now to the left, they are the swim up rooms, and they feed into one of the pools at the front. As you can see, you get those double laundry, and they are quite hidden by the hedge. But you go in here, there's some nice sofas. This is where the spa is on the left, where you would can get your towels and change your towels. There's a lift up to the main building. We very rarely actually went, other than this area, into the main hotel because everything's out. There is a walkway coming up just after the spa on the left. That's where you'll find the Irish pub, the shop and the patisserie. But that walkway leads you down to the noisier pool, if you like, and also the indoor pools down there as well. And this is the restaurant. Like I say, we enjoyed the food, but towards the end of the week, tea was getting a little bit repetitive. Overall, we would definitely stay here again. We've enjoyed it, but I think the snag came with the room. So this is the garden room that we had. We were in 2022. And as you can see, there was a room right opposite us, so we never got any sunlight on the balcony, which was fine. I was just pointing there to where you can walk for the dining room. But all around us there is actually their offices and where they work, and actually behind us, joined onto our room, was their workshop, so sometimes it could be quite noisy. So as you can see, you've got the balcony there, which is a ground floor, 2 chairs and table, and it had the sliding patio doors. We just never used it because although there's a little bit of light, there wasn't really any sunshine. You can phone reception with anything. You get your usual tea, coffee, kettle, and in the fridge they'll refill that every day. There's Pepsi, sparkling water, Fanta and some juices. We had a double bed and a single bed. There was only the 2 of us, but that's what the room was, and they were just the light switches and some plugs. There's no bedside tables, there's no drawers in that room, and the safe, I don't know if you can see it there, was right at the bottom, so we actually had to lie on the floor to get things into the safe. That was the hanging area. There was about 7 or 8 hangers. We did take a few of our own, luckily. Overall, it was quite clean and tidy, but the floor we found was dirty, and there was just some snags, as in, like, the patio furniture was dirty, and there was just a few marks around about the room. Bathroom was really nice, the shower was lovely. Again, it is going home day, so excuse the towels. We got 3 bath sheets, 3 hand towels, the shampoo and shower gel are on the wall, and then you do get hand wash and hand lotion and the hairdryer there, and a little amenities kit. Overall, the room was nice. Now, there is a resident peacock, we noticed, and we heard that every morning, and he would often wander on people's balconies, but we actually quite enjoyed seeing him around. So I would warn you because you can hear him. I have added the list of opening times, as and where. Again, you might want to screenshot that or stop if you want to have a look. But we just found that really useful in terms of where we could go. The fitness centre is above the amphitheatre. We didn't find that at first, and I've heard the shows were brilliant, but we didn't go to see any because of the seating. So by that I mean it was all a bench style all the way around, so there's no table and chairs, and we had my mum with us who was disabled, so it just wasn't particularly friendly for her. Saying that though, everything was flat because we had the garden room, everything was really accessible to it, and we really did have a good time. Now I would return to the hotel. We really did have a lovely week. What I would say though is the walls are really thin in the garden rooms, and we could hear everything from the workshop behind and the people next door, even their cistern on the toilet filling up, which wasn't ideal. We found the staff really nice. We found it really tidy. There's a bus stop right by security that takes you into Kemer, or it goes the other way to Antalya, and that was around about, it was cheaper to pay in lira. It was 55 lira each, but if you paid in euros it was €2 each. If you come out to the back and turn left, there's a row of shops, and we found plenty along there. We went to the market on Thursday. We thought that was okay, but if you've been to Turkey before, I would say it's perhaps the worst market in Turkey we've been to. We did book private transfers through Antalya Excursions. They were brilliant, on time, communicated really well, so I would use those again. Like I say, I would return, especially if we got the deal we got. We only paid just over £900 for the 2 of us for school holiday week, flying from Liverpool, and we thought that was a really good offer. Food choices were great. So yeah, we had a really lovely stay. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the bottom. I'll try and answer them for you. But if you're thinking of going, then yeah, I'd recommend. If you've got children, always plenty for do. There's kids clubs and entertainment going on. And there's lots going on, different places, lots of places to sit. So you never got bored if you were staying on the resort, but it's really easy to get around as well. Oh, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll be in Turkey again soon. Thanks. I did just have to pop a photo of our Sun Express flight because it was covered in Star Trek photos, and we thought that was absolutely fabulous. Thanks.